Hey everybody, this is Jim at SP500chart.com. It's about 5 o'clock on August 4th, 2014. We're going to take a look at the chart after I remind you that the website and the video are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated at the site or in the video is intended to be used as investment advice. I control lines on charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research and make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. I'm not a licensed financial professional. I'm just a guy who draws lines on charts. So let's take a look. Okay, we're looking at a 30-minute chart, and I just said over the weekend that if we could get over this line right here, we might be setting up at least a short-term rally, hopefully to at least backtest this broken support line right here. And lo and behold, we did get over that line today after bouncing again on our 40% retracement level at about 1920. However, you'll notice this kind of dark teal line on your chart, and if I move that a little bit to where it exactly is supposed to be, let me go to a 4-hour. You'll see it a little bit better on this chart. You can see that we are very near, if not at a back test of this line. However, we are also very close at a bounce on this red support line, and we could probably even massage this to here, just to kind of average out these last two bottoms and say we're very close to bouncing on this line. So what do we make of this? Well, at face value, got to move this again, this would seem to indicate that this line may end up being resistance. This line may end up being support. But before I lock into this being resistance, we do need to understand that this line does not have the history that this one does. And again, I'm going to go back out to this and redraw that line just to make sure we're getting it exactly where it needs to be, because this is pretty important stuff. So start here. Line this up with our bottoms. Okay, and zoom in a little bit. So we didn't quite come down to this line, but we definitely came down to that 40% retracement line. So if this line does end up providing resistance, then I think it's going up at a steep enough pace to where as long as we get support out of this line, this could be another one of those situations like we had where a broken support line ends up being, but basically it ends up being turned into a curb, if you will, on a new path to a higher level. We've seen this a number of times. I think it is important for this red line to hold. I think it's very important for this blue line to hold up. So all in all, guys, this is another day where we saw getting up over a resistance line did result in a rally. But what we've got to see now is either an actual taking out of this resistance line. Remember, it used to be support, now it's resistance. That would be wonderful, because if we could do that and get on up to challenge this neckline again, then we could be setting up a pattern to take us back out of this congestion area that we encountered up here around between 1970 and 1990. Again, the target from this consolidation area has been met. That target was at about 1926. We've already done that. So if we can get some steam on this market, I think there is a chance that we could get back over even this resistance line right here, because again, the target has been met. I don't think it would happen easily, but there have been numerous instances over the last 5 years where we've had a top pattern that had a neckline, and with the exception of the one that we're looking at right here, we are now over all of those necklines. You could go back on the 3-day chart, for example, and I could just roughly point them out. We had a neckline back here at roughly 1064. We had a neckline back here at roughly 1248. We had a neckline right here at about 1352. We really haven't had any significant topping pattern since then. But the point being, when you have these patterns, once they're worked out and once the minimum target is made, it is not by any stretch of the imagination impossible. Let me change the way I said that. It is totally possible for a pattern to develop that is sufficient to overcome that level of resistance once the minimum target has been put in. The minimum target is in from this top. Let's now see if this is yet another instance where we can get some steam under us and go on to set a new high. I would love to see that happen as a bull. I would really like to see that happen. So guys, there's your video for August 4th, 2014. Thanks for bearing with my failing voice. And we'll do another video tomorrow. And let's see what we learn about things during the session tomorrow. Take care.